Hey, how's it going, PPixel pals? This is PanickedPixel, home of my gaming, geek, and tech ramblings. You can call me Christine. So sometime last week, I had my very first VR experience. I was super excited about it and had a lot of thoughts afterwards, so I just wanted to share it with you guys how the whole thing went. Just to clarify, this video is not sponsored in any way. My sister did pay for the 1 hour I spent at the VR thing, but other than that, not sponsored at all. As many of you already know, VR isn't something that typically many of us can experience, though there are many YouTubers who can actually buy the equipment necessary for it. Not all of us are able to purchase high-end enough PCs to run these kinds of games because money. And even if we do have gaming rigs that can fit at least the minimum requirements, it's not like all of us have the necessary VR equipment because money. I know that there have been reports that VR has become more affordable and accessible in China, and I know that Hong Kong is technically part of China, but you don't really see that around here. And this inaccessibility, my friends, is exactly why I was super excited to try my hand at VR. So there were 6 of us who went to this VR place called Virtual Portal in Tsim, which basically had a bunch of GTX1080 rigs hooked up to some HTC Vives. They had like sensors around the room as well as acoustic foam because, you know, people get really loud when they're playing VR. And by people, I mean my sister and her best friend. Yeah, that's right, I'm calling you two out. While the 2 loud ones were in the other side playing this robot zombie shooting game called Raw Data, 4 of us were playing this archery tower defense game called Elven Assassin, where we were obviously elves and we were protecting this village from orcs, ogres, and dragons, so we had to shoot them down with our mighty bow and arrows. I unfortunately did not get to record myself because I forgot to press the button on my camera, and I realized even if I did press the button on my camera, I would have been out of the frame most of the time. But the staff at Virtual Portal were nice enough to let me record some of my gameplay from the actual session. Virtual Portal people are really cool. So Elven Assassin was really fun. I was so into it and I felt so badass just like using the 2 controllers, and every time I'd pull on my virtual bow, like this controller on my right hand would kind of vibrate a little bit, kind of mimicking the feel of an actual archery bow. It also felt really cool being able to like physically dodge things, physically move. That was a pretty new experience for me. I was actually surprised that I got used to virtual reality really quickly. I was expecting that I'd be a little bit stupid with it for about 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay, that's too high. Too high. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, headshot!
I don't know if it's because I've done archery before or if it's just my whole gamerness or whatever, but it only took me like 10 minutes or probably even less to just get used to the controls and just get into the game. That said, in the beginning of the day, we were aiming to beat level 18.
Oh no. Where? Oh god.
Oh, I dropped the wrong place! Oh.
Breaking in!
Oh no! 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 Oh no! Yes! Yeah, we're at 19. Woo!
And we managed to reach level 19, so I felt pretty accomplished and I was pretty addicted by the end of the whole session. I couldn't believe how quickly it went by. 1 hour didn't feel like it was enough to fully enjoy myself, I think. However, that's not to say that the whole experience was flawless. After we finished playing and we were walking towards the train station to go home, I started feeling nauseous. I ended up having a nagging headache for the the rest of the day while I was eating with my brother-in-law and my sister at a sushi restaurant. And I'm not sure if it's connected, but I also had like little nagging headaches for the next couple of days or so while I was in my office. Additionally, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, I forgot to do warm-up exercises before we went into VR. So it was basically a 1-hour session of me like moving around, suddenly dodging things. I think my muscles kind of freaked out and they just got sore after the whole session. That doesn't sound too bad, but it will once I tell you I was sore for the next 3 to 4 days. What made things even worse was the fact that my office is uphill. For those next 3 days, I had to walk up stairs and slopes with painful legs. Also go down them, so I had to like be careful not to step too hard or else a pain would just jolt through my body, and that was really bad. I don't think I've experienced this kind of soreness ever since like doing basketball in high school. With all that said, the question is, would I do VR again after this experience? Now, 136 Hong Kong dollars for a VR experience is pretty pricey, considering that you can get a $300-ish ticket to go to Ocean Park, that is the local theme park here in Hong Kong, for the whole day. And I did have all these physical effects after we played for an hour at the place. So would I do it again? Heck yeah! VR is actually a really great group activity to do. I see myself doing this with different groups of friends and like, you know, finally having a reason to hang out with them again. Maybe it could even be some sort of light-hearted team building activity for your coworkers. I know Virtual Portal is actually developing some sort of corporate program for their space. And overall, I found the experience pretty addicting. After the 1 hour was over, I just wanted to play and play, even though my legs were hurting. And really, that whole soreness thing, I feel like that's really more of my fault for underestimating VR and just forgetting the fact that I am actually moving. But as great as VR is, I don't really see myself doing it too often given that whole nausea I was feeling afterwards. I mean, it was pretty uncomfortable. Once a month when I have extra money, I think that would be fine, but otherwise, I don't think I'll be going that often. So PanickedPixel pals, I want to hear what you think about VR. Have you tried VR yourself and experienced the same kind of things that I did? And if you haven't tried VR yet, are you willing to try it out after hearing what I have said in today's video? And finally, do you like pancakes? Go crazy in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a pleasant day.